One of the things that's been on my mind is what's essentially next for me. I got this contract position with this company that seemed pretty flexible. And in truth, I got it because I'm looking to go to Southeast Asia later on this year. And I wanted to fly business class. And so, in order to be able to fly, I was just looking. Generally, the ticket prices were between the cheapest one I saw was $2,700 and upwards. And so I said to myself, okay, this could be a good way for me to make the extra money that I wanted to make in order for me to be able to do the things I want to do, which is fly business class to Thailand because it's a long flight. And I'm trying to be as comfortable as I am able to be. Now, this company that I started working for, they had the policy that we're contractors that you work for the entire month and then you get paid 7 days after the month closes. This is what they told us. And I already didn't like that because that's such I've never been on a monthly pay schedule. I know that others have. I've been on a like a twice a month, semi-monthly pay schedule. I didn't like that either. I like getting paid more regularly than that. But I said, okay, it's a contract position, do all your hours, you can expect your pay a week later. The day before we were supposed to be paid, they sent out a company wide alert on Slack, not even an email, an alert on Slack saying that, oh, you won't get paid on Friday, and we've had some technical payroll issues. You'll be paid on Monday. Monday came and went. I was not paid. I emailed the HR person and I said, hey, this is a situation that's going on. And she um, has not resolved it. And so this is now Tuesday, still haven't been paid. And I just don't know when I will be paid, which is making me feel as though my time is being wasted at this company. Now, working within the tax business, I've been working contracted as well, working for others in order to finish the tax business. But one of the things I've been thinking about for myself is to go solo and do it on my own. But the barrier that was keeping me from fully doing this, or the barrier that I still have in my head, is how am I going to get my clients? I don't know how to build a clientele base, but I told myself, okay, these people are playing with your money. At least I would have more control over my finances. I feel as though I would have more control over my finances, the money that I have, if I'm able to take the leap. I just feel as though it's a more straightforward financial path. Set my own rates for the tax business and then know when I'm being paid because of the pay structure I will have where people pay a percentage above. And if you want your tax to be filed, you pay the rest towards the end. Some type of pay structure where I can have more control over the money I'm getting. And so yesterday, I ended up emailing a lady who, back before the pandemic, some of my siblings, not all of us, but some of us had decided to open a tax business together. And I reached out to the lady and I said, hey, shot in the dark. I didn't know if she was still working there. This is like 7 years ago. But she still was. And we got on a call yesterday. She ran down all the things I needed to do in order to sit and establish myself up as an independent solo proprietor. That was really illuminating. Step one, for instance, I thought it would be a longer process because I'm already established as a IRS registered agent. I already have my PTIN and my EFIN from years ago when I was the operator of it. It's as simple as redoing fingerprints, which I'll have to do when I'm back in the US, and resubmitting the application in order to get it renewed. And then they also have their steps that you have to do on the software side in order to get the software installed and the contracts written and all of that. And so I think this works out for me because my laptop that I've had for over 8 years is on its last legs. It really is. And so this is encouraging me to get a new laptop, which I've been wanting to do, but then also be able to install the software on the laptop because you can't just be like, install it on here, install on there. It's per install. There was a few things I was comforted in this conversation that I had with this lady yesterday. One was her walking down the steps of what would be needed for me to do this independently. It was less intense than I was anticipating it to be. The second thing that was good in this conversation that I had with her is that I thought that the software was, for some reason, I thought the software was nearly double the price that it is. She said the software is 1,700, but then she was able to offer me a discount of 20% off, which is going to reduce the software cost even more. I believe she said 1,400 or so. I need to look at the contracts that will be drawn up once I have gotten my EFIN reestablished with the IRS and all of that. And that was comforting to hear. That was comforting to know. And so now my goal is finish all the steps in order to get reinstated, do some more refresher courses so that I'm completely prepared for what I would like to do, and then also take some marketing courses as well as hire somebody. Now, I know for myself, I can be very type A, and I think the best approach for myself going forward would be to hire somebody who knows about marketing. Definitely want to take at least a class or a refresher so I can speak the language that they're trying to tell me and have somewhat of a base understanding. But I think the best path, the most direct path, is to hire somebody who knows about marketing. So I am looking for somebody who knows about marketing and who preferably has worked in a business that's similar to mine, finances, financial coaching, investments, taxes, things of that nature. Because another thing that I realized on this call, we just started talking, and I was telling her about how I cannot wait to retire once I hit my FIRE number, my financial independence retire early number. And this lady's like, what is this? What is that? And I started explaining more about how, to me, retirement is not necessarily age, but it is a number. It depends on, can you financially support yourself? Because we know people who are older who are not able to support themselves because they don't have the finances to do so. And while Social Security does exist in its form today, the job that I'm working in, the contract job that I have, really was is illuminated in the fact that not everybody is financially secure, because that's essentially the job is helping people on Medicare and Medicaid. There are conditions in order to qualify for those programs, and those people who are on SSI, on limited income, most times are really struggling to make ends meet, because $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 is not enough money in many places of America in order to sustain yourself. Now, even when you just put in rent, that takes up a substantial amount of money for a lot of people. And so this is why I go back to the fact that retirement is not an age, it's a number. It is how much money do you have, and what type of life do you want to live. For example, if you have $2 million in your investments account, you're able to withdraw that on a 4% withdrawal rate pretty safely, 80K a year. Now, 80K a year, that's great. To me, that's great. And for me, living the life I want encompasses having a safe place to live, a roof over my head, having food on my table, food that I like eating, not thinking twice when I go to a grocery store. This is, to me, this is the ideal life. Being able to travel still is an ideal life. Being able to see things, experience things, pay for massages, this is an ideal life for me. Being able to continue donations, being able to gift my nieces and nephews, the people that I love, being able to still be generous with myself and the others in my life. This to me is the ideal life that I'm working towards. And I've calculated how much it costs me to live ideally in this stage of life. And obviously, things are getting more expensive. So things can adjust, but at least having the baseline of, this is the goal, this is at least the target. But anywho, I was on this conversation with this lady, started telling her about FIRE, because she's like, oh, you sound very young. I say, yes, but retirement is a number, not an age. And so I was telling her, when I was talking with her about ETFs, expense ratios, what you want to look for when you're investing, things to watch out for, some books, some courses I would recommend. And I just felt so nourished to be able to explain it in a way that she was able to grasp and feel more confident in going forward. And this is something that I've been told before by people within my life. Well, to begin with, I guess, is my mom was very much an educator, in the fact that she loved teaching people, she loved explaining things, she loved talking. I think I got that from her. My father, professionally, was an educator. He worked in various aspects of education, middle school. He also worked at the university. And so I think it's within my bloodline, this idea of speaking, being able to deliver a message in a way that folks are able to understand, at least the ones who resonate. And I used to, for my sorority back in the day, run some financial education programs, workshops on 401k, workshops on understanding investments, and getting people to understand the importance of starting and not feeling so behind, because you can get caught up. Of course, it would be have been great if you were part of the boom of whichever tech stock or whatever stock is going up. But the second best time is now to put money away for yourself for your future, because like I think we cannot depend on the government. I think it's good practice to put into places financial things that will make your life better, financial things that helps improve life. One of the things I am going to be reviving, I'm going to spend some time doing, especially since this contract position, as soon as they pay me, I think I'm out of there, because I don't like people playing in that regard. And I think what I'm going to do going forward is focus on the offers that I can provide people, focus on the things that feel good, and focus on really building my business in a way that I would like, which is financial education, financial help to get people thinking about budgeting in a different way, and also prepare myself for the upcoming tax season. I don't yet know specifically who my clientele base will be. I'm guessing probably other people who are exploring the world. I think for me, my ideal client would be somebody who is comfortable working on the computer, comfortable doing Zooms, comfortable doing Google Meets, because I won't physically be in a location, but I would like to still help people with their taxes. I believe that with the time I have from now to January, I'm going to be working to put this into place. Some of the money that I get when I'm finally paid out by these people, by this contract, I'm going to put towards getting the software. And then I'm going to see about ways to make additional money. I still want to fly business class when I go to Thailand. That's coming up in a couple months. So pull money in order to do that. And yeah, just I think fully or more fully bet on myself and see how it is. I think right now I've been not in the middle, I would say, but I have don't think I've put as much effort as I could, because my mind has been in so many different places, thinking of like, what about this and what about that and what about this? And I think it would be beneficial to think about the category of things I want to do and then take steps in order to get that. So the first thing that I would like for myself is to get back into teaching financial education. And so that is the lane that I would like to work on, set up a stand store for those people who want to buy the products, and then start teaching group classes and have individual coaching as one lane. And the second lane that I want to start doing, so I'm ready for January, is getting all the things in order to independently run my tax business. I'm still open to contract work if somebody needs a preparer. I think these are the two avenues I want to focus on, really put my effort in, and then also have my creative projects and also have my creative outlets, which I would consider YouTube as one. I really enjoy sharing aspects of my journey. So I would like to continue doing that. I also would like to continue or revamp my Etsy store. There's an Etsy store idea that I've been having in my head, but I have not put pen to paper and put the time together in order to create what I'm envisioning for a different Etsy store. I would like to have probate type packages for the women in my sorority. This would be like welcome to the sorority cards, which I had made these cards that they're very popular. I was able to sell quite a bit of them, but that all took the back burner when life kind of got in the way. I wasn't able to dedicate enough time. What I would really love is to go back to making and promoting my packages of, hey, welcome to sorority. Here are some things for people who are coming in. There's two main buckets for sale. That's the fall intake group and the spring intake group. There's new women joining every year. And so I think that would be something I would like to niche down and provide. So those three things is what I'm working on. The creative lane, because I do enjoy making things. I do enjoy expressing myself. I do enjoy sharing the tax business as a way to continue to be location independent, as a way to work for myself and get an income, and then also the financial education route as a way to inform as well and have a mix of options there too. And so now that I have those three branches, the next step for myself is to think through what needs to be done and when it needs to be done, and then do the work in order to get the finished product out. I believe in my ability to pivot. I believe in my ability to set a goal and do my best towards achieving it. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what will be required in order for me to get this and reporting the numbers along the way. Right now, almost everything's at zero. My financial things, since they're not available as an offering, that's zero. The tax business, I'm not doing anybody's taxes until January. So currently zero. And then I guess my last avenue, not completely zero. I did make a sale the other day off of putting my design on Zazzle, which they don't really pay. The royalties is 10, maybe 15% of what the sale is. But money is money. And I was able to make a couple of dollars from that avenue. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what more I can make when I put things out, because that's just one of the designs I have. I literally have over 200 designs I've made, but I haven't had the time to go up and upload them and post them. And how can somebody buy something that they don't have the option to buy? It's available, but it's not available in a form for people to purchase because it's on my laptop and my computer. Me taking the time and uploading it and just seeing, hey, people want to buy this. I mean, because Zazzle is a big site, I don't have to promote. If somebody's looking for something, they come into contact with it, they want to buy it, they can do that. And then I get the residuals from that. I'm going to do 30 minutes every other day to upload some designs. And however much I'm able to do within that 30 minutes, that's what I've done for the week. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know down below, and I will see you next time. I know you could do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it.